Hi bag makers! So today we're gonna talk about some mirror buttons, and I've gotten a lot of questions about the machines, on how this is working, so I thought that might be interesting for you. So the type of mirror buttons that I like are the big ones, but I also have a machine who makes smaller ones. The diameter is 6 centimeters, so it's about 2.5 inches, a little bit less. And today I'm gonna show you the two button machines that I have. So I know you were very curious about where I've purchased them. So the one for the big buttons I've purchased on a Chinese shop. I will link you up all the info where I got it from. But I have to tell you something, because when I ordered it, I had to put it together a tiny bit, but that was no problem. But I couldn't get it to work quite right. So the mirror buttons, they had like flaws on them, and I had a lot of press that went wrong. So I wanted to return the machine, and then the negotiation started. And they said they give me a discount if I keep it, and I was like, no, I don't want to. I can't get it to work right. And then at some point, it was about 10 emails or something, so it was really annoying to return it. But this machine is very heavy, so the shipping costs are very high, so they didn't want to return it. And in the end, I paid like $20, around that, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep it. So I tried to fix it, and I did figure it out somehow, but mine is not working properly. I don't know why I have a problem with that word, properly. So this is just an info about my experience with this machine, but I'm sure there are other machines that work in the same way and are better quality. Maybe my machine was just broken and I was unlucky, but I think you deserve the truth, and this is actually my machine. The other machine that I have, of course I'll link you up the other one for the smaller buttons that I have, is it works like I don't know, it's just a perfect press. The machine has these inlays, you just put them in on top of the machine, and they come in different sizes. Yeah, this is the story behind my machines. The small one is very, very nice. I can give it like 100% recommendation, but it's expensive, like everything, right? But I think these tiny buttons and the bigger buttons, they're great if you do markets, and if you need something like small to sell for a couple of bucks, then it's perfect, because people like to buy small things, you know, for gifts. I use them for giveaways in my Zazu bag shop. If I have orders above a certain amount, I will add a mirror, and people like them a lot. And the Etsy shop, they don't really work that well, but I guess if you do invest more time, you could make a good sale out of them, like personal, like if you personalize them, if you print something on them, maybe on the fabric, and you could probably sell them better than I did, because I did not invest in too much marketing, promotion, whatever, and thought about how I make these buttons. For me personally, I use them to use up my scraps, my fabric scraps, because I think they're way too pretty to just dump them, and I always need a good idea what to do with my fabric scraps. So yeah, this is just a perfect solution to not dump all of your beautiful fabrics. And I've experimented as well with different types of fabrics. What did not work was fall leather. I wanted to do some fall leather mirror buttons, like matching to a fall leather bag, but the fabric was too thick, so it's only working with thin fabrics. So if you have like vinyl and fall leather or leather, you probably cannot get them in this seam here. so this won't work. But if you do get one machine, just experiment with all types of fabric, scraps and everything. And now I will show you how I do my mirror buttons from start to finish. So to make mirror buttons, we do need blanks. These contains of 3 different pieces, and we do need our fabrics to be cut in circles. This is the machine for the small ones, the smaller mirror buttons that I've made, and the blanks. Both sizes are made in the same way, so no matter, the only difference of the 2 machines is how they rotate. They go sideways like on the Vevor machine, and they turn like that. You can, on both machines, you can take off the different I don't know how they're called, inlays. They come in different sizes, and you can exchange them on the Flexi machine. On the Vevor, you have to choose which one you order. I'm not sure if you can replace the sizes, but they should fit like on different machines, right? If it's the same company. But first, let's talk about the Badgematic 900 Flexi that I got. I purchased this in Germany, and the biggest size you can use for them are the 6cm buttons. It has the right perfect quality, but I figured if you like to make bigger buttons, you just take the machine without the Flexi. So they're available in the bigger size mirror buttons as well. First, we need to start off by cutting our fabric scraps into circles. So there are some, how do you call them, like presses that will cut out the perfect circle, but I don't have them, so I will cut the right size for the machine that I've got. So if you have a small machine, you cut out the circle referring to the size of the machine. And if you cut out the circle from cardboard stock, check the if it fits inside your machine. That's what I did right here. If the circle fits correctly, and if necessary, you can just correct the curves, but the circles should be cut like quite right, so they don't have to be like perfect, but they should not be overlapping or be too small, because otherwise the seams on the sides won't get caught in the mirror button. And then you just grab your scraps, your fabric scraps, and draw the circle on the scraps, and then cut out all of your fabrics. So now is actually time to make the mirror button. So therefore we will need our machine and our blanks. So the blank is made from 3 different parts, plus the fabric, plus the machine. So let me show you how I do that. So on this machine, you do have a side for the mirror and a side for the fabric, and we will start with the fabric side. So before that, you will insert this thing from the blank. It just goes in like naturally like that, and you put the fabric on top with the right side being up, and then you take the wrong side of the second part from the blank plus the mirror. The back of the mirror will be facing upwards, and it's just one way to enter this into the machine, so you can't get this wrong. And then you have the fabric side below your machine. Make sure it's aligned, and you just push it down, push it on the other side, crank it on the other side, and use a little bit of force. And then you just turn this around, and the fabric side is actually inside the top of the machine. And then you will attach the mirror to the fabric side like that. You just use the handle again, push it with a little bit of strength, and there you go. Your button is done. So that's really quick. It's very tight, and all the seams are caught in the back of the button. And let's make some more and speed it up for you a tiny bit. So this machine is really easygoing and I can really recommend it, and it makes really nice buttons. But now let's talk about the bigger buttons from the other machine that I have and that I have issues with. This is the Vevor Button machine. I checked it out and it's available on Amazon, so in US it shouldn't be a problem to get it. It has different sizes and it has the blanks. They're a lot cheaper than the blanks from the other machine that is made in Germany. But honestly, if you can get it on Amazon and try it out, and you can return it like easily, then I would give it a go and order it again, because it makes nice buttons too. And maybe it's just me that's unlucky. So this is working basically in the same way than the other machine. You do have your blanks and your fabric scraps, and you cut out the circles in the right size so they fit into the machine perfectly. The only thing that I figured out is that you do have to use these cardboard circles. They do come with the machine, but only small ones, so I cut out the bigger size and I made it work like that. Because I had the bigger size, it has to fill out the whole space, and it works a tiny bit different. The top only, but the way you put the blanks inside is the same thing. So first you put this inside like that, and put the fabric circle on top with the right side of the fabric looking up, so you see the right side of the fabric. You push it so you have access to the other part. You have this cardboard. If you don't, it won't press right. You insert the mirror, the wrong side is up this time, and then you have to choose like the right position of the bolts. They should not be sticking out all the way. So when you push it down, they're not sticking through all the way, and then you push it on the other side, it's inside the top like on the other machine too, and then you turn it so the bolts can go through the holes. And I figured it wasn't really showing like nicely in this video, so I also made a video from the other perspective. You push it down, you use a little bit of strength to push it down correctly, and then you see it's not sliding through as easy. But because my machine is broke, maybe that's just a single thing, I don't know, maybe it's not usually like that. And there you go, you see the button, right? It's perfectly fine. So it does work, but it's not as smooth as the other machine, like the Badgematic machine that I have. And this size right here, the bigger size, the 7.5 centimeter, is a lot nicer for mirrors, because the smaller sizes you cannot really see a lot in the pocket mirror. But I guess it's personal preference. I prefer the bigger size. So let me show you. This is not like sliding smoothly, and this is not going up as nicely as I would like it to be. And there's a screw on top, and I tried to arrange the screw on top like in many different positions, but I still had issues with the top not lifting up again as nicely as I would. So let's do another one from a different position. So when I use the handle on top, maybe you can see this a little bit better. It's the same thing how I insert the blanks, and I did a mistake now once before, because the bolts that you see go through right now, like if you do the fabric side, they should not be going through like that. Wrong, Sarah. You need to rotate this like this so they won't go through all the way. They are locked at a certain position, and then it got stuck again, and yeah, it's just a bit annoying, I'm sure. I mean, I just kept it because I couldn't return it, because $20, come on, it's just like, okay, I keep it for that. And I guess if I can fix it and maybe use my screwdrivers and everything and take the time to figure it out, I probably get it to work just fine. But I don't have that much time. So yeah, if you consider getting a machine, if you're in Germany or in Europe, the Badgematic does come in a big size as well. It's a recommendation for me. And you could also get like a starter kit and make lots of different buttons as well, like magnets or clips or just the regular style of buttons. They have many blanks that you can use for this machine, and they are a bit more pricey than the blanks that you get for the Vevor machine. But if you're in Europe, maybe that's helpful for you. The quality is nice. I give it a go. Get it if you do have the money. I'm sorry. And the other machine is like a 50-50. I cannot guarantee you that yours gonna be fine, so I'm not gonna do that. I had issues with my machine, but it doesn't mean that you're gonna have the same issues that I have. The customer service was nice. They responded, and if you want to give it a go, give it a go. If you can return it, like if you purchase on Amazon, I didn't, so it was kind of hard for me to return. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope you like your new buttons.